Project Management and Planning by Engineer Neelanjan Roy sir. Uh, Engineer Roy, a highly accomplished engineering profession and academic contributor with extensive experience in project management, quality management, plant operations, and strategic leadership. He is a chartered engineer and fellow of Institution of Engineers India, with professional memberships in several national and international engineering and management organizations. As a visiting faculty since 1996 at reputed institutions including Jadavpur University and Annamalai University, he has actively contributed to teaching and training in quality management and related disciplines. He has presented and published numerous technical papers in Indian and international journals and magazines, particularly in the field of printing and industrial management. A recipient of multiple international quality awards, including IFRA INCQC Gold Medal. He is also a government approved valuer for plant and machinery. His expertise spans total quality management, TQM, project management, strategic management, consulting training, and operational excellence across diverse industrial sectors. Now I would request to Dr. Nilanjan Roy, sir, please take over.
Thank you, Yogaraj, and I welcome Dr. Swaroop and all the other dignitaries they are present. I congratulate them, I thank them because today is on a weekend, and in weekend they have been able to manage their time for this presentation. I think you all are in a good mood and good health, and you are totally active and participate. You will able to active and participate in this presentation. So before I start my presentation, let us think very preciously that now every day we are doing some projects. When we born, our parents started thinking during our childhood, okay, my child has been grown up, now which school they have to be admitted. Now that is the planning stage comes in, and then they start thinking which school they will be suitable, whether it is affordable, whether it is commutable, whether it will be possible for them to bear the cost. Then comes, and once they get an admission, then they started what is the cost, whether my child will be able to cope up with the atmosphere, then everyday monitoring, then examination, then results, and ultimately the project finishing time, that means when you get out of the school with a good marks. Similarly, every one of us is passing through this project cycle every day. So now we have to know what is that project and how, what is my role. My role is to just to put some light on the project management and project controlling, so that as it is being universally being proved that if you follow this pattern at the company of always following, then you will be very successful in your day-to-day project planning and control and project implementation. So I have name is project management and project cycle management, because every project has to go through and cycle what I have told you. So from this presentation, what are the learning objects will be having? Definition of project management will be naming. Importance of project management, why project management is so important. The role of a project manager, because he is the commander of that project. Key to successful project, but project can be successful if there are defined path that you follow. Then managing the contractor, you should not be managed by the controller, rather you have to manage the contractor. Then managing project is definitely your job. Then defining project management, I told you the importance of project management. Before importance of the project management, we have to know what is a project. A temporary and it is a one-time endeavor undertaken. Is okay? Hello?
project schedule करते हैं आप
I didn't got.
सर डिस्टर्ब हो रहा है, आप अपना वॉल्यूम बंद कर दें प्लीज।
आपको स्पीकर जोरदार को चिल्लावे
Oh, अच्छा अच्छा, slowly बोल रहा है, ठीक है. Now it is okay. This volume.
यस सर।
Okay. Now what is a project? A temporary and on-time endeavor undertaken to create a unique product or service. It's a project is always a temporary, it is nothing permanent, because every time we come for a new project. So I'm telling it's a one-time endeavor undertaken to create unique product, because the product should be unique, or service, whatever may be, because service is also a project which brings about beneficial change or added value. If the project doesn't add any value, that project is it's not viable. So you have to add the value on it. Then the very first thing we have to learn is project management is that the focus of a project manager is always in three constraints: cost, time, cost, time and the scope. Now any project is being totally dependent on the three aspects: time, cost and scope. You have to follow the timing exactly what it was being planned, rather in advance. Cost should not overshoot and scope should be what it is expected. To manage this, if you can't manage this, then they will manage us, but it will manage you. So triple constant are that: increased scope means increased time and increased cost. Tight time means increased cost plus reduced scope. Tight budget is increased time and reduced scope. Define a project management with the application of knowledge, skills. Just a minute. The applications of knowledge, skills, tools and techniques to project activities to meet the project requirement. It is clear to you now. Organizing and managing a resources so that the project is complete within the defined scope, quality, time and cost. So we all know that this is the main line you have to think. Now what are the key project management areas? Scope management, what are our scopes for managing it? Issue management, what are the issues that has to be managed? Cost management, quality management, communication management, risk management and change control management. Let me speak about this change control management, because it's occasionally not, it's most of the time it's happened during the project implementation. The bosses or the stakeholders change their mind, and either they include something or they declude something. So that damages the project schedule. So change control management, that as a project manager you always tell that, okay sir, is it fixed, nothing will be changed, then it will be easier for you to control. Now in the project management, what are the scopes for SPCL is being, I was associated with this project. SPCL is a company of the Ananda Bazar group, and we made this project, and I have got the practical experience on it. So under the scopes, what is the first thing that we have to dismantle work, because we were just breaking an old building and making a new building. Then comes structural work, then come plastering, painting, flooring, tiling and fracture, sanitary plumbing with fixture, underground reservoir, boundary wall, electrical work up to each floor, DB, lift 6% we have considered with glass facade, HVAC and fire alarm. These were our scope, and these are the scopes for the major item. We have planned to take the elevator from Mitsubishi, air conditioning from Daikin, sanitary fitting from Jaguar, electrical wiring Polycover Phenolec, electrical switch MK Roma or Crabtree, door frame Malaysian Sal paint finish, and windows CPD frame with glass. Now, if you come to the issue management, issues are restraints to accompanying the delivery of the project. Because if the management means the stakeholders here, if the stakeholders continuously keep on changing their decision, then the issue management comes in, because it disturbs or creates trouble in implementation of the project. Typically identified throughout the project and logged and tracked through resolutions. If the project has to be every time there is a change, you have to do the resolution again and again, and that damages the project schedule. So this issue management is a very important thing. Already it impacts the cost, time and quality. So you have to be very cautious about the issues. You just settle the issues at the beginning of the project, then the project can be solved very easily. These are one of the constants that we have faced. KMC means Kolkata Municipal Corporation, because as there was a basement in this project, so there are a lot of issues that being raised by the KMC, and these are, we have mentioned, that may not be usable for other projects too. So I am just avoiding. It was the special case that has to be considered for the KMC approval. Now, I told you everything has on the quality. Ultimately, the quality specs. Quality management is the process that ensures the project will meet the needs. What are the needs? Conformance to the requirements. Then fitness for the use. These are the definition either given by Crosby or Juran, and the totally characterized the ISO definition, the totality of characteristics of an entity that bear on its ability to satisfy stated and implied need. That's true. Whatever the need that has to be met. Now, quality cube testing. Now, in this project, I am taking on a civil project. What are the qualities that have to ensure? Cube testing for concrete. So normally we made some cube with whatever the specification of concreting has been given, for testing whether we are getting whatever being expected. Reinforced testing, whether reinforcement is perfect or not. NDT, what is NDT? It's a non-destructive testing, because we can test it with the help of the instrument by non-destructing it, rather with the help of drilling it or other instrument that is available. So NDT testing is being done. Soil testing is very vital for it, because if the soil is not being tested, the house may collapse or it may affect it in the seismic zone. Pull out test for lugs. What is the pull out test for lugs? It's being used for the cable. Everybody we know that for the cable joint we use lug, and if the lug is not being properly clipped, then what happened? There will be loose connection and there is a chance of electrical fire. But nowadays, this old process has already been gone. Now the recam joints are being available and people are using it. Now I am just showing you how the NDT non-destructive testing is being done by the Jadavpur University, because we called the Jadavpur University for do the necessary testing. Then this is the result that's been given by Jadavpur University. Now, before starting the project, we have to be very sure about what are the risks that we may face. Risk identification and mitigation of the strategy is very much needed. So before starting the project, we must find out if there is a risk. If there is a risk, how to mitigate it. Then risk update and tracking. We have to continuously monitor and updating the risks that may come in, that may be for the natural calamities, maybe for the labor, maybe for the supplier. There are various issues that come in during the project implementation. So we have to continuously updating it and have to track it, whether we are being able to solve it. Potential negative impact to project, because these had got the negative potential to impact the project. So risks has to be considered very seriously. So that is one of this sheet for data sheet that we make on a regular basis. Now I was talking about the issue management. In the issue management tool, there's the change control management. What are the areas that can be changed, that has to be identified? Scope may change, schedule may change, technical specification also may change. So all changes require collaboration and buy-in via the project sponsored signature prior to implement the changes. What is that? Because whatever the changes the supplier, the owner wants, you have to get it in a black and white and get signature from them, so that in the future they cannot say you the, well, this was, I didn't told you, that you have a solid document. So is just see, this is the thing that has been decided, and there is a written document for it. Now this is the typical foundation planning drawing that I am showing. It was basically, in my project, it was an underground project. So underground, how we did the RCC foundation and how to counteract on the water back thrust. So these are the drawings that we made it, and here everything is clear. What is the concrete size, what will be that, what is the reinforcement irons, diameter, cement and mixture proportions and all. Now we are coming in a project life cycle. In a project life cycle, first is the initiation phase that we were talking now. Definition phase that we told about it. Now planning phase, we have almost planned. Now comes the implementation phase. During the implementation phase, you have to do the deployment phase. So implementation phase and the deployment phase, they walk hands in hand. Then come the last thing is the closing phase. So how we control the project? There is a NAT chart that's being mostly used. It is under MS projects, and where we make a serial, and that every activities had got a time frame, and most of the activities are interlinked with the other activities. So we have to continuously monitor the same. If you don't monitor, and if you find, okay, it is a red zone, means it is not, we are not following exactly what should be done. It should follow our schedule. So that is one of the example of the NAT chart. The popular type of bar chart is it. It's completely give you the picture what is the condition of the project at present. Now how you do it, that is in MS project. There's a, you have to, this is the MS project side, slides, where all activities being given, what are the timings are given, the start time, finish time, and accordingly how much you have implemented. That's in a graph is been given, and that putting in a NAT chart is, it comes one activities over other activities, whether it is interfering, whether it is going perfect or not. And in the bottom you can see the red means the danger zone. We are not being in that schedule, so we have to be very serious on it, and this gives our project status on day-to-day basis. The role of a project manager, we are coming. What takes is all this work? A good and solid professional project manager. The project is completely different on a project manager, because he is the commander. If the commander is very good, then he can command, he can control very well. A good and solid professional project manager is needed for any project. Now, for the commander or the project manager or the leader, he has to lead. He should not follow, because during the project application you will find lot of other people. They will try to influence and convince that whatever they are doing fine, and they don't follow what the manager tells us. No, managers should be very strict. Schedule means schedule. Time is whatever the time being decided, you have to follow it. So that is why the manager has to lead. He should not follow the others, whatever saying. and what they'll have to do, what are the things that the manager has to be sure, whether he is maintaining the schedule, whether whatever the cost that has been decided is up, is meeting it, there should not be overshoot, and the performance is perfectly all right. Performance here is the quality, time, and all. So in the project, the manager should know how to empower the right job to the right person at the right time. This is very important thing. If the project manager knows who is the right man and when to give it to that project to that man, and then only the things will happen whatever has been decided. So empowerment indirectly makes a motivation factor which drives the project. So you have to empower the jobs to the project team. Now role of a project manager, there are two sides both. One is the process responsibility, other is the people responsibility. What are the process responsibility? Project issues, dismantling project information, mitigating project risks, quality, managing scopes, matrices, managing the overall work plan. And think of the people, implementation of standard process, whether all the people are following the standard process or not, establishing leadership skill. You have to make the team leader on each and every team, whether it's in masonry, whether it is in a concreting, whether it is in wooden, whether it is in electrical, or whatever may be. Then setting expectations, the man should be clearly know that what are the expectations out of him. Team building, it is a buzzword for any TQM job. Communication skill. Communication is one of the main skill that should be in and out, because the communication, you have to communicate properly to your internal team as well as the external team. External team means that the owners or that the people who have given you the responsibility to make it happen, this project. What are the project management skills that is needed for a project manager? Program area knowledge, standards and regulation. Understand the project environment, because environment changes. If you are working in a hill station, the environment changes. If you are in a land, something. If you are in a water, something. General management skills mean budgeting and scheduling. If you make proper scheduling with a proper budget, then it will go perfectly as the chart. Communication skills. Communication skills means your communication should be understood by your bottom line, also at the top line. What you want to do, that has been clearly spelled out so that everybody understands what are your plans. Then interpersonal skill, it's a very important, vital things. Interpersonal skill means you have to make a team. Everybody should consider you as a team leader, and everybody feels that everybody is a part and parcel of this team. So that is called the interpersonal skills that you should have. The project manager makes things happen. Yes, because he is the ringmaster of the project. So if he follows this thing, the project things happen very well. Now, for the keys to successful projects means you have to plan very good. Plan should be leak proof. In the planning, you have to think of identify all stakeholders upfront. What are your stakeholders' plan? What they want? You have to clearly understand that. Next, develop the project plan before starting the project. You have to make a project plan before starting the project, and that has to be very well known to your stakeholders, so that there should not be any misunderstanding between the stakeholders and the project implementers. Next, establish a communication protocol. Protocol in the sense that you have to decide whether there will be a regular briefing, or there is a weekly briefing, there is a monthly briefing. So every day the communication should be made clear, either to your bottom down line or in the upper line. So everybody knows what is happening and what is the status of the project, then only the project planning is very successful and nobody got any confusion at any stage. Now plan come define your requirements in detail. Planning means whatever your plans, this should be planned in details. Each and every point should be considered so that there should not be any loopholes in the planning, and if there is any loophole that may create problem in the future, establish a speedy conflict resolution, because during a big project, there will be a lot of confusion, lot of conflict. So you should know how to finish this conflict so that it should not give an impact on your project implementation. Make contingency plan. That's every project manager has to make, because you don't know when there will be raining, you don't know when there will be a labor shortage. So if this thing happen, what is your contingency plan? If the contingency plan is fulfilled, then you don't face any that sorts of trouble. Then plan a reasonable rollout schedule. When you have made a perfect planning, then you have to plan a very reasonable rollout. You should not be unrealistic. I should say you have to make a realistic rollout schedule so that everything falls in their position perfectly and it goes in a way speed. This is a type of the project that is being, it's not needed for you. Now next comes the lead. Lead, it's a main role of a project manager. Ensure strong committed management support. The project manager should make such a situation that he gets all support from the management and or the stakeholders. Connect the business goals to the project. What are the business goals? Business goals, because stakeholders, they are making this project because they have some goal. They have to meet certain deadline. They have to meet certain commitment. So connect the business goals to the project. Assign an experienced project manager. I told you before that, because the project manager is the main ringmaster of this project. Then the project manager has to lead from the front, establish the clearly defined directions, and be proactive. The project manager should be proactive. He should not wait when the situation will come, I'll do it. No. He has to plan in advance. Proactively he has to do everything. Be smart. What is this smart? Smart, smart S is specific, M is measurable. Which is not measurable, it is cannot be judgeable. Then action oriented. You should not be word oriented, you should not be lecture oriented, it should be action oriented. It should be realistic. Whatever you are doing, that's a real. You should not plan something which is unrealistic. And time limit. Time limit is a word that project is completely dependent. Everything is dependent on time. If you cannot finish one of your operation in time, it will affect the other operation. So it is a very significant point, time limited. These are the picture that before the concreting, the roof concreting, how the preparation is being made. Next comes the communicate. Communication is communicate objects frequently. I told you it should be daily communication. It's always better. Then there will be a weekly communication. Then there will be monthly communication. Recognize different perspective. So during the communication, you have to be very sure what effect, what feedback you will get. You should be prepared for it. Check assumptions frequently. You have to assume, don't know, if you do this may happen or that may happen. You should not be confused. Rather, you have to make your preparation. If something happen, you have got the standby arrangement. And manage expectation. What are the expectations of the stakeholders? You have to manage it. Share success and broadcast achievement. If you are doing a good job, you must congratulate your staff, your managers, your staff, your laborers, your workers, your contractors. That gives motivation. Because I have seen in abroad there is a two board. One board is the board of success and another board is board of failure. If you are doing good job, your name comes on the board of success, and if you are not going to do job, is a board, your name comes on the board of failure. Nobody wants his or her name should be in the board of failure, so they try their best to put their name on the board of success, and that is called share success and board achievements. There's a meeting picture that I'm showing. It's a meeting between the managers and the project workers, laborers. Now manage. What you have to manage? Controlling the work in progress. Next, providing feedback. I told you it's a daily feedback DPR, it's a weekly feedback WPR, or the monthly feedback. Negotiating the material, suppliers and services. Continuously during the project implementation stage, you have to negotiate for the materials. The materials should follow the specification, supply should be on time basis, and services should be perfect. Then resolve if there is any difference in this, you have to resolve it. Next, it is a very vital point, training of all staff in a timely fashion. You have to make frequent session of training session, and you have to be very open discussion on that. You have to listen what your project, the practical people or the laborers are saying, what are their problems they are facing. Then if you find there are a lot of problems, then you arrange for a training session, you call the expert so that he can guide them how to solve those problems. These are again the pictures before concreting. So it's very clear now, the project is nothing but a combination of the all work, all people, money and stakeholders and management. All if they work together, then we can make it happen. A good project team can be the key to a successful project. Project team, you have to create a project team as per the guideline that I have told you. So it is a very vital thing. A good project team always make a successful project. That is where comes the success. Think big, think fast, think ahead. I'm showing just in a small tree. If the seeds are good, if the upgrading is good, then the plants come very beautifully. Now, what are the learning objects that we have got from this? Manage the contractor. Contractor should not manage you. In most of the government projects, of course, it has been seen that if the government official is not managing the contract, rather contractor is managing the managers, which is very bad. There should not be any ill motivation in that. Enforce the terms of the contract and meet the requirement. You have to tell contractor, this is my requirement, you have to stick to the time, and you have to give me deliver at the same cost, no escalation of the cost. So you should be very strict on that part. On time, every time. I told you that you don't marry the contractor. Trust but question. You have to trust the contractor because they are doing the main job, but always you should question yourself whether whatever he is telling is correct or not. Their bottom line is the bottom line. It's actually made them very clear that whatever is the bottom line, that is their bottom line. They cannot cross this bottom line. Your bottom line is a working system. Your bottom line is doing what you have committed to your management, but their bottom line should be firm, because most of the time what we do in our bottom line, we keep some of the gratis, I tell you, some of the scope, so that if it fails, you have got some space, times being kept, of course, resources being kept, so that you can manage it. And everybody should know nothing is free. If anything gets delayed, that means the cost gets delayed, the project gets delayed, ultimately it's impact the totality. The end product is only as good as your requirement. So if your requirement you make it very well, then your product will be also good. This again the picture in the inspection stage. Provide performance feedback. That is very much needed. Build performance reviews into the contract. In the contract with the contractor, You made a review statement that if every day it will be reviewed on day-to-day review, be clear and specific that they should understand, they should not have any scope or clue. Be timely, you have to do on regular basis, on time. The state is ultimately accountable for the project. Now this is the daily progress report that we made it. That is one of the sample I am showing it. Then managing the project. Managing the project. Successful project management is delivering a quality product, which we have already discussed, that meets the customer requirements within the time, scope and budget. These are the buzzwords. Customer requirements within the time, scope and budget. Project management, there are some potholes in the project management too. Giving away the farm, giving the contractor or developer too much control responsibility. Because if you depend totally on the contractor, you will be nowhere, because contractor, they know a lot of other means how to manage. So please be strict on your commitment. Then ask this question: what is the gradual progress increases the project scope that is not noticed immediately? Because you cannot see the project every day. You can feel that okay, I have done so much, because it goes very slowly. Occurs when additional requirement result in scope change and can use caution. I tell you that the project there should not be so many of changes, because it affects your schedule, affects your cost, affects your time. So these are the question of, as a position you talk, is it a must? For every job you have to ask yourself, is it a must, or you can avoid? Or are we doing the repeated jobs? Are you doing the jobs which is not value adding? Can the customer user do this job without it? Can it be managed without doing it? Does it contribute to the viability of the system? Does it add values as a feature function to the system? And is it worth the additional cost? These questions you have to ask continuously. Keeping the control of the budget, that we all know. Budget, cost and management, monitoring project spending. When a variance occurs, determine the cost, change the execution of the project, reduce scope and submit proposal, prevent unapproved changes to the project. I told you, we have discussed already. So these are the budget monitoring, because your account people should continuously, they will be monitoring on a continuous method, and they will give you their feedback whether it is overshooting or it is as per schedule. Then project management reporting. This is also a very vital subject, because you have to report about the progress of the project on a regular basis, establish the reporting requirements upfront, then include the good, the bad and the ugly. You should not tell only the good thing. The bad and the ugly things should be highlighted first, because good are always good. Be brief but accurate. Don't give a history on it. Be to the bullets and accurate. Management really does want to know. Project closing, last point we are coming. Closing out of project is an essential activity of the project. A job is not closed out until it is 100% accepted by the owner. That we all know. Momentum and efficiency established in the construction phase should not be lost to the compliancy and inefficiency when it comes to close the project. You should not be in a stage of complacency, okay, whatever I've done, fine. No, there are always scope for the improvement. Inefficiency, when it comes, it closes out the project. So this is one of the slides that are showing, project team. This is a handing over, because when the project is over, there should be a handing over document. So in the long run, nobody should have the opportunity. You have not done it. It is not being discussed. So make a very clear cut handing out statement written, and it should be handed over by delivering it, and they should get it, and it should be signed by them. So project success depend on customer requirements satisfied or exceeded. That should be there. Complete with the allocated time frame, complete with allocated budget, and accepted by the customer. So project management tips, I might tell you something. Project manager does not work other than manage the project. This is the buzzword. Project manager spend 90% of the time in communication. That is why communication plays a so vital role. Establish the right relationship. Okay. Establish a speedy conflict resolution process. We have already discussed that. Operation perspective is key to the production. That we all know. Be flexible. Be firm. Check egos at the door. You should not have egos. Your mind should be open for taking any suggestions. And last but not the least, I convey my thanks for your time to my distinguished guests, faculty members, students, or my friends, colleagues, exactly. Hope you enjoyed and you understand what is project planning, project implementation, what is project management.
माफ करें सर, थोड़ा सा साउंड आपका कम है, थोड़ा सा।
अच्छा, लाउड में बोलना है?
यस प्लीज।
ओके।
हेलो, मैं डॉक्टर स्वरूप बोल रहा हूँ।
यस डॉक्टर स्वरूप।
थैंक यू राय साहब। It was a splendid lecture. I have to basically make 3 submissions.
Yes, yes.
Number 1, to all our participants, that they should basically make a brief note and submit it to Mr. Roy or whoever is the eminent speaker after the conclusion of the lecture.
Okay.
This will help us to make sure that we have been able to meet our objective.
Yes.
And our friends who have participated, they have understood.
Right.
That is the first thing. This Yogaraj, you please make that as a note, and henceforth we will do that. Now, second, I also would like all of you to prepare some case studies on the projects on which you are working and tell about your own experience.
Yes.
And you may submit that report also.
Yes.
I don't want very large report. It should be brief, concise,
It should be bulleted.
and this is something which is going to go to enhance the knowledge of many more people.
Yeah.
And Yogaraj, when these notes come, make a column in our website and host them along with the photograph of the author.
Sure, sir.
Okay? So you please note it down.
Sure.
Second, before you start session,
I think
before you start the session, yeah.
I think Dr. Swarup, thank you very much, because I was also thinking on that in most of this lecture sessions. There's an feedback form, number 1, and all the questions should be made in so that what are their feelings, what are their problems, so that if this thing comes, it will be easier for me to understand how my participants are taking it and what are the problems they are facing it, so that I can help them to sort it out. That's a very good thing that I was also thinking to tell it.
Thank you so much. Okay, now my next suggestion, that wherever you are working or within your own network, please contact the friends and encourage them to join this particular program. All of you must understand that we have a tremendous need of such kind of experience and professional people. This is required for our industry. And we have to make sure that we can just bring in people And there are many of us who keep doing wonderful work, but unfortunately, that work is never recognized.
Yes.
And therefore, it is absolutely important that we should try to bring in the people who have done good work and then be participating in the kind of programs that ECI has.
Right.
Another thing that I will like to tell you, and these are all being recorded and hosted on the website. So you can always go back again and have a look at that. And that is that if any one of you is not registered on Professional Engineers Register of ECI, and that includes even the speakers, my request will be, please, please immediately join, because this is the only engineers organization which is actually promoting and doing the things for betterment of the profession. I would also like you that in the forthcoming conference and forthcoming award ceremony, like this year, we have honored many of our good engineers, professional engineers, as outstanding deliverers of the engineering profession. Spread the news and talk about it, and soon we will start that particular process also. And I would encourage all our friends who are spending their time, who are investing their time and effort and everything, they should basically be recipient of such kind of recognition.
Right.
And last thing, I would like you to basically express your opinion that this organization should be run by the people who are certified professional engineers, and these people should be registered with Engineering Council of India. So let me have this particular note from each of us, and we will go further. May God bless you all. We have a very pious responsibility of building not only our nation, but also building rest of the world. God bless you all. And thank you, Roy sir.
Thank you too, also, Dr. Sarup. It was very well said, because professional engineers' success depends on the professionalism, and whatever you have told professionally. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And I thank you all the participants and dignitaries too for spending their time, especially on the weekend, and actively participating in it. Whatever Dr. Swarup told, if you are active on that part, that will, not only empowered, but that will enhance the utility of these presentations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Mr. Roy.
Yes, morning.
This is DK Dhar from Kolkata.
Yeah, bolon.
The thing is, let me tell you, in my opinion, I may be wrong. Just like the statutory architects and the structural engineers who are empaneled with the municipality and authority, though they get the money being paid by the clients, but they are part of the statutory bodies, authorities,
Right.
to justify their profession so that they don't do anything wrong.
But unfortunately, they do most of the time the wrong.
Correct. Now the question is, in project management consultant, also there lies the main difficulty. The project management consultant also should have the neutrality. Question is, though the client is paying, but that project management consultant should never take it like this, that the contractor is always wrong. They should be neutral enough to make the client understand if there is a mistake or a folly in the part of the client also.
Actually,
not
Mr.
as just as a simple as a hand of the client to beat the contractor when the contractor is doing any mistake, or whether the contractor has not all the mistakes are not by the contractors. It should
Right.
not be thrown into the head of the contractor.
Right.
Sometimes the clients also do mistakes
Mhm.
in their you know what are the mistakes they do.
I
They
know.
take late decisions. They don't provide the drawings. They don't
I know in
provide
which
the drawings.
clients.
The rate increases.
Yeah.
They don't pay the money right on the time.
Right. Right.
So the project, if the project management consultant is a strong project management consultant, also must have the guts enough to tell the client that you are mistaken and the report should be made like this.
Yes.
Otherwise, what happens if they don't keep the neutrality? Then this all the they these all this contract goes to disputes and all.
Mhm.
You understand my part?
Accidentally, I got your the main buzz, because you are.
During the construction period, this project management consultant should also behave like an arbitrator,
Exactly
being a
that.
neutral person, neutral
Basically, that is
organization.
their
To
job.
let
But sometimes they think that they are the boss as they are managing it, and on the other way, it's being observed that they are not managing contractor, rather contractor is managing them. The number one. Number two, there are very loose ends in these contracts. Even
correct.
sometimes the owners has been purchased in that sense by the contractor, and if the contractor purchases the owners as well as the PMC people, then the project is gone for a toss. So
Correct.
the number three, I would suggest, the project management, whoever, they should have an testing, they should have an examination, they have to go through it, because nowadays whoever being thrown out from the company or doesn't like the company leave, they start their project management, that a project controller team, which is not correct, because it should be a completely professional, and that should be completely out of any I would say, what I'll say, the things which are not being expected, they should not they should not be purchased, and they are very point on it, and they should have the knowledge. If they don't have the knowledge what the client is getting, client is paying them because they are hiring their knowledge, because project monitoring is already being done by the customer as well as the contractor. But the PMC is that they should do check and find out the loopholes, find out the weakness, and being able to solve it. You are
And they
absolutely
must have
correct. I support
and
it.
they must have the guts to speak out.
Said yes, they should have, because the guards, what happened, because their guards has been sold sometimes, most of the times I would say, in practice.
No, the reason being the management of the project management consultancy must have a strong personality.
Exactly.
You know, they must have strong personality mentally, then the knowledge comes.
Right. Right. Absolutely. You are absolutely correct, because these are the some of the true facts. These are the some of the true version that should come in. But we have to make it happen, because the things is going for a long time. If everybody, if we decide, if we make a promise that we will not compromise at any point, then then only we can solve it.
You know what is happening? What is, Mr. Roy, what is happening?
Yeah.
Those people who have come out of those consultancy firms, project management, so-called project management consultancy firms, with the English name or the broader names, international names, they have the charts and the booklet fixed. Now these project management consultants who have come out, they think that they have got only one duty to fill up the columns at the end of the day.
Exactly. Yeah.
You understood my part? Those are all ready-made charts.
Yes. This not being created by them, neither they know it.
They know it, how to utilize it. They don't know how to utilize it.
Exactly. They are following it for other reasons that I know.
Yes, that's true.
Thank you, Mr. Dhar.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Mr. Roy.
Yeah. Thank you too.
Any question, sir?
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Sir, this is Ajay Ahuja, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
I just want to have your practical experience in 1 or 2 minutes, sir.
yeah.
Actually, the project management is two-way supportive system for the successful project. If the contractor is putting his 100% effort, but client is not paying attention to contractor's obligations or he is not supporting, then how the project management will get signified for the project?
Uh,
Ultimately, project will get suffered.
will you please repeat it? Because will you please say a little bit louder so that I can hear it?
Sir, my question is, sir, for a successful project, sir, both contractor as well as client should provide their inputs for the project.
Right?
They should support each other. But if what if client is
Support,
not supporting
support
for the
in the
project?
sense, support in a positive way, value added way.
Correct. But when the client is lecturing the contractor, making the provisions of the contract and exploiting the contractor, the project cannot.
Hello?
Hello,
Yeah,
am I audible, sir?
yeah, there was some problem and now it's clear.
Sir, the scenario where the client is not supporting the project,
Mhm.
then what measures we the contractor should take?
I tell you the one thing, first thing, the contractor should be clear that they will they will talk they will talk with the positive things. What are the
Correct.
real requirements? If they should not discuss about the things which doesn't add any value. Number one, you understand what I mean. And the corporate people who are the owner of this project should have a reasonable mindset of. They should not expect something which is not reasonable, which is not practical, and accordingly they should forward it to the project manager and the contractor. When the contractor, the manager knows that our top management is very strict and they know what they basically want, and there cannot be anything, any filferage or anything ulta palta, then the both all the things go, all the things moves in a right path. So that is what is needed. The confusion comes only when if it's half done, half knowledgeable people or half thoughts people, and if you too much care the contractor, then these troubles comes
Sir, but what if the client is not caring at all for the contractor?
in. If he is not hearing, you just tell you sorry, sorry, I cannot do like this. Either you have to be very specific that if anything wrong from my side, I will try to solve it. If there is nothing wrong from my side and you are forcing it, sorry, you should know how to tell sorry. It's a very buzzword. Sometimes it will be bad, but you should know how to tell you sorry, because there are a lot of people who understand the thing. They understand what is the mean of sorry.
Definitely, sir.
Sorry, sir. Sorry for the
Yeah, yeah.
you have to you have to convince the client. You have to
Convince.
make situation to explain before saying the sorry. You have to explain the situations and
First
what
thing.
are the problems come.
Right, right. Now
What are the
I'm telling
problems
you,
comes on.
I'm telling you one of the ways that you can do it. You make a do's and don'ts list. You whatever the things that you fit suitable, you make it on the do list, and what are the things that you don't want to be implemented, don'ts, and give it to clear to them. They have to go through it, and if they agree, fine. If they doesn't agree, you have to tell, sir, what they please allow us to do whatever value adding jobs, not don'ts which is negative value adding job. Everybody has to obey it, otherwise he or she will be in trouble. Hello?
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Yeah, you follow that, you will get the result. I have faced the same thing but I was very strict on that. Ultimately you will win.
Actually, this decade again. The project management consultancy is a very tough job.
Yes.
It's a very tough job.
Very tough job.
It is unlike sitting in the chamber and doing structural designing and all of this.
Right.
It is a very difficult job because here you have to play with the psychology of the people. You have to be neutral. You have to be very careful about handling your own people. You have to see that your own people are honest enough.
Right.
You understand my point? It's not a very, that is the reason I said that the management of the project management consultant should have a clout on the everything. He must be of tremendous, very good personality.
Right.
To handle all these situations. Project management consultancy, when you are handling with so many human people, it is very difficult if you don't or you are not knowledgeable enough how to handle the psychology of the people.
Right.
That is the better. Other engineering side, the chart, whatever the format, these are all available. You can read it in the books. But this is something you have to understand, you have to make yourself adept to how to handle your own people at the same time, your own client, at the same time your contractor also.
Actually, you have told the buzzword that the honest, personality, and strict, and stable, and confident. These are the things the PMC should have. Otherwise, he is not a PMC. And of course, last but not the least is the knowledge. Do anybody have any more questions?
Sir, can I see the site you shown in the PPT, PowerPoint presentation?
Oh, slide I cannot because the time is almost over.
Okay, yeah, it's okay. How many floors of the building that?
That slide I have shown, it was not much that it is a 4th floor. Small.
Oh, okay, 4th floor.
Yeah.
What is the site area?
It was before settled, the time was for an 8 months and we finished it on a 6.5 months.
No. My concern is 4 floors. Okay. In each floor, 40 people maximum 40 people. There will be
it's a varying thing, accordingly, because sometimes it is more, sometimes it is less. As per the requirement, we used to use it.
Yeah. I'm not talking about structural and weighing.
Then
the water consumption and the water exit.
Water, we have sufficient water because it's being supplied by the KMC, Kolkata Municipal Corporation.
Okay.
We have got a completely underground water reservoir, and that reservoir was being sufficient for daily consumption as well as for washrooms and for firefighting.
Okay. What about the exit? Sump. It means sump. Sump.
Sum is what you're talking about, the water sum?
SUMP, sump.
No, it's as per the plan, as per the requirements. It's being made as per the requirement because we have an architect, we have a structural design engineer, and they both decided and did it. It depends. It varies from site to site and requirement.
Okay. It's okay. As per plan requirement and management, it's okay. I don't have any problem.
Yeah, I told you because we have discussed about this, the management, contractor, PMC and all. They should be very specific clear, and they should know what they want basically. If they know what they want and it's being implemented properly, then there is no problem. Yes, there are some problem. Even then comes in the natural calamity you don't know, the strikes, union strike or ban, you don't know. So you have to be ready for facing this unwanted situation. Otherwise, everything should be in the schedule, and if you follow the schedule very strictly, everything happens smoothly.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Good morning,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah.
Sir, good morning, sir. This is Mr. Sherpa from Silvassa, Dadra and Nagar Haveli.
Yeah, yeah.
Presently, sir, I'm working in manufacturing industry, and before that, I was also the part of EPC as well as PMC project.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I have a questions based on my experience,
Mm.
I have observed that we have often become more active in managing a project only after an issue or delay occurs. In your experience, should a project manager focus more on solving problems or on anticipating and preventing them before they happen? How can we develop that proactive mindset in our day-to-day work, sir?
Let me tell you, I think you were not present in my that TQM presentation.
Yes.
There is a theory. I tell you that the root cause analysis theory and the fishbone analysis. Because in the root cause analysis, what happened, you have to find out the roots why this thing is happening. And there is also a called the Pareto analysis, and in the Pareto analysis it's being shown that the 20% causes are responsible for 80% of the defect. So if anybody knows the root cause analysis or the fishbone analysis, then they can find out what is the real fault, and you can plan accordingly. You can plan in advance, it will never happen. So for that, there is a theory, there is a system that I have spoken in my TQM. If you if you have been present in that my presentation, it could have been possible for you to understand. However, I will tell ECI that if they can make a session for the root cause analysis, fishbone analysis, and how we can find out the problem that may happen in advance, then that can be solved. Number one. Number two, the management and the project implementer, they should be perfectly knowledgeable. They should know what are the things expected out of them. If they doesn't know, this confusion always comes in. So you have to follow those pattern. There's a system for it.
Okay.
Any more?
Anyone? Okay, no one. Sir, Dhar sir, Dr.
Okay,
Dhar.
thank you, Jograj.
Sir,
As
thank you,
doctor
sir.
said.
Thank you very much, sir, for your very important lecture and wide knowledge sharing with engineering.
Yeah, yeah. I'm very
Thank you.
happy that everybody is now started actively participating in it. That
Thank
shows
you.
the success of this lectures. And the
Thank you.
more and more they will participate now, it will be more lively.
Thank you.
Sir, this is my final question.
Okay,
Okay,
tell.
in sea coastal area, how can be structure should be not rust?
That's a design part of it. It's a completely design part of it.
Yeah, but the weather is salt, very salty. Water is also salt.
Yeah, there are ways that I thought the architect they knows it in salty weather. What are the things? What are the points that should be considered? So you can discuss with any good architect. They'll be able to solve it.
Oh, okay, okay. We can't do anything with the material.
You have to do no dam proof sort of thing, and there are water resistance thing. There are I would say there are a lot of things nowadays available for doing constructions in a salty area like near sea and all. So you have to find out, you have to procure those material either for plastering or for RCC concreting or anything. These are available. Also there are some of the liquids that are available. If you put that thing on the rod, you know, for anti-rusting, that also helps you. And there are polymer based things. You have to use the mostly polymer based thing which resist the salty weathers, that are available in the market.
Yeah, that's it.
So thank you all for for a nice participation from your side. So in future we'll be in contact, and I expect what are the problems that you are facing, give it to ECI and they will forward it to me
Thank you,
if
sir.
necessary.
Dhar sir, Dhar sir,
Thank you.
Dhar
Okay.
sir,
Thank you. Thank
डॉक्टर
you all.
धर,
Yeah.
Yes.
सर मैं आपसे एक रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूँगा। मुझे उम्मीद है कि आप एक्सेप्ट करेंगे, क्योंकि आपका एक्सपीरियंस और नॉलेज काफ़ी वाइड है सर। तो मैं चाहूँगा कि अगस्त 9 को आप एक लेक्चर दें।
नहीं, 9th को मैं रहूंगा नहीं, आप सितंबर में करवाइए, लेट सितंबर में, तो मैं आऊंगा मैं सब्जेक्ट में।
सितंबर में मैं कर लेता हूं सर फिक्स आपके लिए। थैंक यू
एंड की
सर।
तरफ, यस।
अगर कोई और हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट, अगर हमारे मित्र कोई और लेक्चर देना चाहे 9 अगस्त को, तो आप बता सकते हैं प्लीज।
ठीक है, ओके
सर, मैं सभी से रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा हूं, अगर कोई 9 अगस्त को लेक्चर देने में इंटरेस्टेड हैं तो मुझे बताएं कृपया। ओके, thank you sir, and thank you everyone for being here.
And Jogaraj, one thing, you know, in the from 21st to 29th of the September, I will be out of India. So just an advance information that you want to carry.
21st to
21st September to 29th September, I'll be out of India.
Okay sir, noted sir, thank you.
Okay.
And thank you everyone.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Okay sir.